Hi friends, it's Miss Rachel, and tonight's story is called Bean 13, and it is by Matthew McElligot. This is one of my favorite books to read to my girls. Are you guys ready? Here we go. All right. It was a warm summer night. Ralph and Flora were picking beans for dinner. "How many do we have?" asked Flora. "Looks like 12, said Ralph. "I'll pick one more," said Flora. "Don't do it!" shouted Ralph. "Why not? Why on earth not?" asked Flora. 13 is an unlucky number, said Ralph. "Everyone knows that." "You're being silly," said Flora. "I am not," said Ralph. "You are too," said Flora. "I am not," said Ralph. "Are too," said Flora. "Am not," said Ralph. They're arguing. At home, Ralph and Flora spread the beans out on the table. They made 2 piles, one for each of them. Each pile had 6 beans. "Oh, look," said Flora. "There's one left over. You take it, Ralph." "Bean 13? Never," said Ralph. "It's bad luck." "Ralph," said Flora, "please don't make a fuss." "I'm not eating it," said Ralph, "and you can't make me." So look, they have an even 6 here, and then they have bean 13. "I have an idea," said Flora. "I'm not eating it," said Ralph. Flora called their friend April. "April, would you like to come over for dinner? We're having beans." "I don't understand," said Ralph. "We're only going to feed April on one bean?" "Of course not," said Flora. "We'll make 3 piles." Ralph and Flora separated the beans into 3 piles. Each pile had 4 beans. There was 1 bean left over. So here's April's 4, Ralph's 4, Flora's 4. "Bean 13, said Ralph. "I told you." "That is odd," said Flora. "Let's invite Joe, too." "And make 4 piles," added Ralph, "so it's fair." But when they made 4 piles, there was still 1 bean left over. So Ralph, 3, Flora, 3, April, 3, Joe, 3, still 1. "I don't understand," said Flora. "I do," said Ralph. "Bean 13 is trouble." "It's just a bean," said Flora. "I'll call Meg. We'll make 5 piles." "This better work," said Ralph, as they separated the beans into 5 piles. Each pile had 2 beans. This time there were 3 beans left over. "It's getting worse," said Ralph. "Don't panic," said Flora. "I'm calling Rocco. He eats everything." "But something still wasn't right. Why does Rocco get 3 beans?" complained Ralph. "That's more than anyone else." "Well, we could give him 2, said Flora. But what?" said Ralph. "Never mind," said Flora. "Tell me," said Ralph. "But what?" "It's just that we'll still have an extra bean," said Flora. "I'm really not sure why." So Ralph 2, Joe 2, Meg 2, Flora 2, April 2, Rocco 2. "Lousy bean 13, cried Ralph. "I can't stand it." Ding dong, went the doorbell. "Our guests are here," shouted Ralph. "What are we going to do?" He jumped to his feet, he bumped the table, and everything went everywhere. "Oh no!" "Oh, Ralph," sighed Flora, "what a mess." "Sorry," said Ralph. "Here," said Flora, "take this bowl and gather up the beans." Hello, everyone, said Flora. I'm so happy you could come. There are fresh beans in a bowl on the table, said Flora. Please help yourself. Everybody grabbed some. The bugs sat down to eat. Does everybody have enough? Okay, so let's look at everybody. Does everybody have enough? It's perfect. You bet. Just right. Absolutely. Me too. How strange. So look, everybody has a different amount. Dinner was great fun, but at last it was time for the bugs to go home. You have to admit, said Flora, that worked out perfectly. It did, said Ralph, but I'm confused. What happened to Bean 13? Flora shrugged. Someone ate it. But who? Asked Ralph. We'll never know, said Flora. Maybe April? Maybe Rocco? Maybe me? Maybe even you. Oh, the end. Bean 13, one of my favorites. Have a great night, friends. Bye-bye.